The first step in the statistical audit is setting concise audit objectives. Imprecise objectives will lead to imprecise results, no matter the level of mathematical precision. Take time at the beginning of the audit to consider the audit objective. Ensure that you have the proper criteria and audit steps to allow you to deliver on the audit objective. Clearly defined objectives improve the efficiency, effectiveness, and scope of the audit, and provide a quantified, defensible financial impact statement. For example, an objective to improve the operations of account receivable is too vague. Difficult to answer this answer with a yes or no. On the next slide, we use an example of conducting an audit of accounts receivable. A more appropriate audit objective would be the accounts receivable process supports the timely and proper management of reviewed invoices. With these properly defined objectives, you have a better idea of how analytics can be used to support the audit. This slide lists a second criteria we define as timeliness. Under timeliness, the auditor must examine the payment terms, invoice date, and identify late early payments. On average, an acceptable timeline for collecting accounts receivables should not be more than 1/3 longer than your credit period. For example, you may allow customers to pay within 30 days, but allow up to 40 days. Another criterion is how many account entries greater than 60 days, which are not compliant with the timeliness criterion. Are the reviewed invoices both timely and clearly documented? Can one conclude with yes or no? If no, then reviewed invoice is not compliant, and its dollar amount needs further review. On this slide, a second criteria is outlined. It is, was an approved well-defined account receivable process followed? Listed are, were adequately trained staff processing the invoices that led to account receivable? Were documentation recording standards met, including customer signatures and dates verified? Was there a tracking of account receivables invoices with account books carried out? Does the manager of AR follow through with clear standards of amount of credit to extend, reasonable consideration of risk, the value of the service, and the customer's ability to pay, including past performance? Were payment requirements clearly defined and followed up? In medical offices, is there a clear process for linking insurance coverage claims and copayments? The audit criteria methodology listed on these slides were designed so that clearly defined objectives can be translated into yes, no, or 0-1 outcomes. With the help of our AI software, a data set can now be generated and statistical analytics performed.